you ever heard of a woman whose courage echoed through history, yet her name has been lost in the shadows? In this video, we're about to unveil the story of Catherine Murphy, a name that might not appear in every history book, but one that holds a deep, emotional tale of resilience, injustice, and survival. From the streets of London to the infamous execution methods of 18th century Britain, Catherine Murphy's life wasn't just a battle for survival. It was a testament to the harsh realities many women faced in a world dominated by brutality and oppression. This is not just another history lesson. This is a story that will make you feel every bit of her struggle and strength. And by the end of it, you'll never forget her name. It's 1789, a year marked by revolutions and unrest. But in Britain, one woman's story would unfold in the most heart-wrenching way possible. Catherine Murphy, a wife and mother, found herself caught in a nightmare of accusations. What was her crime? Coining, making counterfeit money, a crime punishable by death in the most brutal way imaginable for women. Catherine was condemned not to hang, but to suffer an excruciatingly painful execution, burning at the stake. Her story takes us back to a time when justice was blind and women bore the harshest brunt of society's cruelty. But it wasn't just her crime or her punishment that sets Catherine apart. It's how she faced her fate that left a mark on history. As Catherine Murphy stood on that fateful day, the crowd watched in horror, knowing that women like her were treated with the harshest punishments. But something shocking happened. Her fate took an unexpected turn. While men condemned for similar crimes were hanged, Catherine, as a woman, was subject to the ultimate display of cruelty. She was bound, placed at the stake, and prepared to be burned alive. However, Catherine's story would shake the conscience of the public, and though the law was unyielding, her courage in the face of this horrifying reality sent ripples through history. But here's where the story takes a dark twist. Moments before the fire could take her life, Catherine was secretly granted a small mercy. She was strangled before the flames could consume her. This was not an act of compassion, but one of systemic cruelty masked by a facade of mercy. Imagine knowing your fate, facing a crowd, and then having even the smallest choice of death ripped from your hands. Catherine Murphy's life ended that day, but her story would resonate for generations to come. It wasn't just about her death. It was about how a woman, a human being, was treated as a mere spectacle, a symbol of a justice system that lacked humanity. Catherine Murphy's death was the last execution of a woman by burning in Britain, a moment that forced society to reflect on its brutal practices. Her story became more than just a footnote in history. It became a turning point that ultimately led to the abolition of burning as a form of punishment. Catherine's quiet defiance, her strength in the face of unimaginable fear, and her unwillingness to be erased from memory make her story one of silent heroism. Her legacy is a reminder that even in the darkest times, the strength of the human spirit can shine through. Catherine Murphy may have lived in an era of cruelty, but her endurance sparked a conversation about justice and humanity that continued long after her death. Catherine Murphy's story reminds us that history is not just made up of kings, queens, or battles. It's made up of ordinary people, many of them women, who faced extraordinary circumstances. Her legacy may not have monuments or textbooks, but it lives in the hearts of those who hear her story and understand what true resilience looks like. So, the next time you think about history, remember Catherine Murphy, a woman whose spirit endured even in the face of unimaginable suffering. Her name may have been lost in time, but today we bring it back, stronger than ever. Never forget, history is not just about what happened, it's about who endured. If Catherine could stand strong through such times, imagine what you can overcome. Thank you for watching. If you found this story powerful, Don't forget to like and share it with others. Let's keep these untold stories alive, and together we can make sure history never forgets the names of those who fought in silence